days of the old. So a messenger is coming to get the people ready for the arrival of the Lord. Hallelujah. When you read Isaiah chapter 40 verse 3, it says that a voice cries in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord, make straight in the desert a highway for our God. And that is Isaiah chapter 40 verse 3. Now Mark chapter 1 verse 3 quotes from Isaiah chapter 40 verse 3. And Isaiah opens chapter 40 with a picture of hope and comfort. The wrath of God has ended, and sins have been paid for. Hallelujah. Then Isaiah says that there is a voice crying in the wilderness. Why is the cry from the wilderness? Have you ever thought about that? Yes. Have you ever thought about that? Why not from the city? Why not from the towns? Why not from Jerusalem? But the wilderness is considered as the staging ground for God's future victory. Think about the meaning of the wilderness in the history of the Israelites. The wilderness was the precursor of to receiving all the promises of the promised land. And by reading the prophets, Isaiah believed there would be a return to the wilderness, and the second Exodus would herald the Messianic age. When you read Isaiah chapter 35 verses 1 and 2, and Isaiah chapter 40 verse 3 to 5, when you read Hosea chapter 2 from verses 14 up to 23, you find it there. Israel became a nation in the wilderness. Redemption began in the wilderness. They became a new people and a new nation under Moses and Joshua. So a voice is going to cry out in the wilderness, initiating the new Exodus and forming the new people of God. This is a new era of salvation and restoration of God's people, just as Isaiah prophesies. And you can find this in Isaiah chapter 11 verse 16, and also Isaiah chapter 19 verse 23 to 25. Also when you read Isaiah chapter 43 verse 16 up to 21, you'll find it there. This time they will become a new people whose identity will be centered on Jesus Christ of Nazareth. So what is the voice for the coming of Christ? We need to prepare